Will you drink from the cup? Are you willing to drink from the cup? See, because here in Matthew chapter 26, verse 39, it says, "And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. But if not as I will, but as your will." In Matthew chapter 26, verse 42, he says, he went again. This is what he says, right? Again, the second time. Now, in 39, he goes in the first time. The second time he goes, in 42 says, and the second time he prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, and that I have to drink it, may your will be done." It is very hard to drink on our own cup because we have other things we want to drink on. It's always easy to drink on the nice cup. It's always easy to drink something sweet. You know, when we are hot, we want to drink something cold. You know, it's always easy to go in places where they ask you, what would you like to drink, right? You have many options. You can choose what you want, depending on how you feel like you want it. But I'm here to challenge you a little bit with a little bit of some hot tea. Sometimes the cup we have to drink is not always the one that we want. See, here it says in Matthew that Jesus goes a second time to his Father and say, "Father, I really don't want to drink on this cup. I really prefer something else. If there is any way to get something different, I will take it. But if this is the one that you want me to have, I will have it." And this is the thing, that in our faith requires us that we may drink some cup that we don't want to drink. And some of us think that because I am saved, everything must be sweet, everything must be perfect. But here is the thing, our faith sometimes pushes us to deal with some cup that we don't want to deal with. I don't know who you are, but everybody has a cup that they must drink on. There is always something in our lives that we don't want to deal with. There is always something uncomfortable. It may be some financial issues. It may be some family issues. It may be some friends issues. Whatever that may be. But we all have that cup, that thing that makes us uncomfortable, that thing that we don't want to deal with because it makes us uncomfortable. I mean, it is very hard to drink the cup. It is very hard to drink the cup. So, are you willing to drink on the cup? Because sometimes when you drink on that cup, see what happened after when Jesus said, "I'm willing to drink on the cup." He went on the cross. It was painful. It was hard. He was humiliated. But after his death came resurrection. He was glorified after he went through. After he drank the cup, he got his glory. And some of us, we want the glory but without having to drink on the cup. Some of us want the promotion without having to work. Some of us want the best things but we don't work for them. That's the thing. You can't ask for the glory if you're not willing to drink on the cup. The cup meaning anything that you are willing to go through. You may not like it, it may make you uncomfortable, but that's how we are set to live on this earth that is full of darkness and brokenness. So that's how we have to live with people that makes us go through things that we don't have to go through, that are making us always wonder why life is not fair. But that's the thing, are you willing to drink on the cup? Because Jesus said that you must do as I did. And therefore, if we are willing to be Christ-like and to be Christians who are following Christ, are we willing to drink on the cup? Are we willing to sacrifice something? Are we willing to face the things that we don't want to face and say, you know what, Father, may your will be done. I may not be liking what I see. I may not want to go through that, but if you are going to be with me, I'm willing to do it. And here's the beautiful story that comes with this, is that after you are willing to drink on the cup, the Father brings you the glory. The glory that you were faithful, the glory that you had faith that He was going to be with you. Because that's the thing, everything that we must go through, He will walk with us. Sometimes it is hard to know that because we're so blind because of pain and suffering and hurt and disappointment. All these things, sometimes they push us to think that we are alone. But this is the thing, even Jesus, when He was on the cross, Jesus said, Father, Father, why have you forsaken me? He was asking His Father, why have you forsaken me? That's the thing. Whenever you are in pain, you can't see God because pain blinds us from the presence of God. Hurt makes us think that God has left us. And that's the thing, that God never left Jesus. Even when He was on the cross, the Father was with His Son, because that's why after He died, He was risen. And now He's sitting at the right hand of the Father. But that's the thing, we want to be the Christian who get to sit next to the right hand, but we don't want to drink on the cup. We want to be the one who are going to be glorified, but we are now willing to say, Father, may your will be done. We don't want to sacrifice anything. With our faith, there is no sacrifice. With our faith, there is no price. So therefore, we don't pay any price. We don't drink on any cup. We are now willing to face things. We want to run away from them. And this is what Jesus is saying, that when you truly walk with Christ, you have to be willing to face things you don't want to face. And that's okay, because Jesus is going to be with us, because he already drank on that cup. Don't be afraid to drink from that cup, because Jesus already drank from it. Don't be afraid to carry your cross, because He carried His, and He knows that there is always a glory that comes after drinking from the cup. And if we don't have to pay any price through our faith, then why do we have faith in the first place? Because faith does not mean that it's something that you wear and you hide it. But becoming like Christ means that we are willing to face the things that we don't want to face. We are willing to go through things instead of running away from them. And see, that's how many people are living life now. They are running away from things. They don't want to deal with the situation. They don't want to face issues. They just want to hide and act like they are in denial. Nothing is happening. But Jesus is saying that you must face your cup. You must take it. You must drink it. It may not be sweet. It may not be as enjoyable as you want it to be. But when you drink from the cup, that's where people will get to see your faith. They will get to know who you are by the way that you go through things. They will get to know who you are by the things that comes out of your mouth. They will get to know the level of your faith by how much you're willing to deal with conflict. Are you willing to drink from the cup? Or are you that person that whenever there is any situation that you don't want, not only do you hide your faith, but you go away from God? Every situation that comes your way, you forget God. Every issue that comes your way, you become distant and not knowing that every cup you must drink it. But the good thing is at the end, there is always the glory. So don't want to sit at the right hand of the Father when you have refused to do His will. Don't ask to be promoted in things that you did not work for. See, this is the thing, that faith is not just about believing in God. This is what we think, that faith is about believing in God. Faith is about not only believing in God, but doing the will of God. Is when you take that cup that you don't want to, but you take it and you know that at the end, my Father will be with me and He will glorify me, and I know that I may be going through this. I don't like it. It is painful. But at the end, my Father is with me. And when I come through it, I will sit at the right hand of my Father. My Father will be with me. So let me ask you one more time. Are you willing to drink from the cup? Or are you running away from the cup? Are you running away from God every time that you have situation you don't want to face them? Do you get more stressed and frustrated and anxious than running away to God instead of running away from God. So, will you drink from the cup? Are you drinking from the cup? Or are you running away from your cup?